Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, um, it was a idea that was stuck in my head. I had all these frames from, I want to say January and February's hip kits, and I just wanted to use as many as possible. I was going to use them all, but it was a little bit too much. So I've laid out how I kind of want them arranged, and I've matching them for the most part to the colors in the paper that I think this was the Heidi Swapp paper. It was so pretty. I love this watercolor look. And all I'm doing is taking the backing off of the back of the frame, and then wherever it kind of leans up against another frame, or if it's hovering between the two, then I take the still take the plastic off or the backing off, but I'll put like a little bit of glue wherever it's going to connect to the wooden frame, so that way it has a little bit of an extra hold. And so we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to do each section because I don't want it to move and then I lose how I had it set up. So if I only did like one or two at a time, then I knew, I was pretty much covered. And then I moved the two that were going to go on top of this one so that way it would go flat. And then this one, I made sure where it was touching, and that's where I'm adding my extra adhesive. And then the same thing for this next one. And sometimes for me, I don't know if you guys ever experience it, but with the frames, like the backing on chipboard pieces and stuff like that, it gives me a hard time sometimes, and I feel like I'm pulling apart the chipboard. Excuse me. So what I do is I'll either use something pointy where I can kind of get in between the backing and the chipboard itself, and I'll be able to, it's easier to pull it off. And all I'm doing now is kind of turning it just so that way you can see the lower part and what I was working on. Because if I zoomed out, you would see the truth that lies next to me, the piles. Oh my god. If only you knew. I swear, like, I should do a video showing how unorganized my room is, since everyone's always talking about how organized they are. I'll do the exact opposite. Show, like, how to create in a mess. That's my skill. That's my special skill. So we're just laying down the rest of the frames. And I'm going to turn one more time and get the smaller section of the pink, I believe. I think I turn it. I don't turn it? Okay. Sorry about that. I do apologize for working off camera. It's so annoying because a lot of times you feel like you're in the view of the camera and then you're so into it you forget, what you were working on. And I did add a frame. You saw it like popped in. I added a few frames only because I wanted that space where I was putting my photo to have a little bit more right underneath of it. And so I used the Fun Foam. It has adhesive on the back. I just added a little bit of glue. And then all I'm going to do is start embellishing. And I took this gold flower and I cut it in half. I'm putting one at the top, one at the bottom, because I knew I was going to be using the gold letters, the thickers, um, for my title. So I wanted to make sure I added some of that gold into the layout. And so now what I'm doing is I'm going through and a lot of the embellishments that match in the colors, some of the puffy stickers, some of the flat stickers. I'm just putting items in the color to match the color. And it doesn't have to make sense necessarily for my photo. A lot of times it doesn't, but the fact of the matter is it's in my color scheme. And I'm able to make it kind of work together because of that. So I'm adding a sticker. This is a banner. that was a yellow sticker that said believe. And that's the one thing I like about the Hip Kit Club is a lot of the kit, whatever you get together, not only does that kit go, but a lot of their other kits, you can use embellishments from both. So the frames I'm using here are from two other kits, not even the kit that I'm using the paper from. And I'm able to get this to, come together. And then I use some of the Chamel, like enamel dots, but I didn't have any because I had used all the pinks, and so I just used one of the flat enamel dots that I had in my stash to get the other pink shades, so that way they're all sprinkled around. And initially I was going to put my all up here at the top and the together down at the bottom because I really didn't have enough room for for them to be together. And then I later went back and moved the small flower down at the bottom. I moved it up just a little bit more, and it allows me to have all together in one spot instead of having it separated. But of course, before I end and do all those changes, I gotta hit it with some of the Heidi Gold Color Shine. And I was gonna use this button, but I just couldn't make it work, and it just, I don't know. I decided to just put it to the side, and hopefully I can get it onto another project later on. But I'm just hitting up the nozzle, getting my splatter all around with the gold, and then I think I just hit it um, with the white picket fence. I don't do any of the black, I just do the white and the gold on this particular one. And then we're going to move the paper, and there you have it. The finished project. And there'll be close-ups, of course, here at the end, and you'll see how I moved everything, so you can see all together down at the bottom. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And definitely leave comments down below if you guys are liking the layouts, or you're happy to see some more. I'm really liking doing both layouts and cards because it just keeps the creativity flowing. So and I'm liking keeping it for Sundays, my layouts, and then of course having the sketches on Fridays, which is probably one of my biggest viewed videos, is always my Friday sketches. So definitely keep looking, got tons of videos in my playlist, and as always, I hope you guys have a great day.